for that.
I got an hour.
Why, you gonna fall asleep?
No.
Hour reprieve.
An hour reprieve. Oh my god. Oh, that's all good. Keeping you awake or what?
Oh yeah. But we got a system now, so it's all good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Don't worry, she'll change that system for you.
Oh, I know it's gonna change. I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah. So it
It's
goes.
fun time so far. So
Eric is hiding behind all the logos in the corner.
Yeah.
no Eric today.
Oh, don't worry. We'll know he's there. The minute there's dead air. It's all good.
What email, bro?
Oh, boy.
We got a lot of snow at your area. I hate the cold.
It's just blowing snow.
Yeah.
I laugh when everybody in the city says, "Oh, it's nice out. Yeah, come on over. See what nice is."
Well, that Snowpocalypse didn't seem so bad in the city, but
No.
we were on the highway.
Yeah.
So many pileups, eh? On the
Yeah,
corner.
I think there's only one pilot where it was fatal.
Is that the one on Route 90? I think. No.
59, I think.
Okay.
It sucks.
Yeah, there was a big one, number 9.
Yeah. I think that's the one was on 9.
There was one on 9. I think there's another big
Yeah.
one on Furmore or something too.
I heard about that one. Hey guys, are we able to see? Oh, there we go.
What's that, brother?
Oh, I just
Everyone's
wanted
up in
to
the
see if we could
house.
see who was on.
The Godfather's here. Oh yeah, I can play these things here. You'll be able to see him, Lee, and then I'll put them on every once in a while. Put the comments up.
Yep.
If I like them, like Lance, I like Lance. I'll put that on there. Leslie's in the house. Staska, Real Life with Mike. I don't like them, but I'll put them anyway. Stasko, go Jets, go! They play in the pit. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my god.
We've got Dave Simpson. CDP is live in Salt Lake City. We're gonna get some live action ice glass side or wherever the hell he's sitting down in nosebleeds. We'll get that going there. If you can't show too much, or else we get banned.
No,
That'd be cool
yeah.
if you keep it on there.
30 seconds, that's it.
Yeah, give us a few seconds of seeing the game there.
Yeah.
It's the Castanet podcast. You can see that we've got the Godfather of Lake Winnipeg out here. Holy shit. I can't even hear myself. And that's weird if I can't hear myself.
If
That's
you
not
can't
good,
hear
man.
yourself, we're all in trouble.
Apocalypse
He's gonna
for
be
sure, man.
screaming.
You know, I'll just keep talking even if I can't hear myself, brother. But yeah, the Godfather here. It's the Castanet podcast. It is Monday, January 20, 2025. We're well into the new year, well into the ice fishing season. We've got Lee here. We're going to talk a little bit about the impending live bait ban. Like back a few years ago when it first news came out, 2027 seemed like down the road,
Miles
but that's
away,
just
yeah.
around the corner now.
Yep.
We'll talk that. We'll talk bring out guns on the ice. People killing each other over these fish, bro. Don't fish too close to me. And then what's our other topic?
The Snowpocalypse.
The Snowpocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Getting stuck on the ice, being prepared, all that good stuff. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. And once again, thanks for joining us. Big shout out to our sponsors that start the show right now. Season 8 hard water sponsors: Eskimo Ice Fishing Gear, Tech Video Security, Gone Fishing, Team Fui Automotive, Carlos Cucina, and Acme Tackle. Don't forget, next week we will be live from Carlos Cucina in Gimli. Everyone's more than welcome to join us there for the live show. We'll be talking all kinds of stuff there at Carlos Cucina right now in downtown Gimli. And they're going to feed us too. We're going to get that kickerfish burger, the super
Nice.
fat boy on that special order there, bro. Can't wait. That'll be good. Leon's in the house. Hi, Lee says. Lee, welcome to the show, brother, man. You've been
It's
on
been a
once
while.
before.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on. I watched, but I haven't chimed in a whole lot.
That's all
Well,
good.
you're busy.
Lee bites
Yeah,
his
we're
tongue. He's always
keeping
got something
busy
to
at the
say.
store now.
Well, that's good. As long as it's keeping you busy.
Yeah.
We got smoking
It does.
fish. Smoker. Your one-stop shop for fishing tackle and bait, tobacco products, and cannabis. Why not get them all down there and get all your bait? You guys are well stocked on bait, Lee. For now.
Yeah, we've got lots of minnows. I never run out. I got a couple types of frozen. I probably got over 1,000 dozen liveys on hand right now. More coming in every week. So we're well stocked with bait. And I got all the hot lures.
Nice. Good.
And
Where are you
what's
getting your bait
what's the
from?
hottest one so far?
Oh.
Oh,
Peppering you
What's-
with
I'm
questions
sorry?
there, bro.
you go, LeBeau.
Oh, yeah. Let's
What-
see.
what-
So the hottest bait,
Oh,
probably the Elements wingdings. It's been more of a spoon bite, the guys are telling me. Although there are days when the crankbaits work really good, but typically it's more spoons.
more
And
spoons.
I think the spoons are getting smaller. So, we used to use always great big 4, 5, 6-inch spoons. Now it's more 2 to 3s, 1.5 inches, more normal walleye baits like they'd use in North Dakota, Minnesota.
Compact spoons have come a long way. Like, you guys still
Yes.
selling all those giant pelicans and other big,
Yeah, we still
big
get the
Williams?
6-inchers, but we sell more of the 4-inch ones now with the flippers. The big 6s, I think they've been around a long time. Most guys have a couple of those. So they work on certain days, but people are downsizing a little bit.
Yeah, we got 2 right here.
What's that?
What's
Flippers.
that?
Flippers.
Oh, flippers. Oh,
Damn, bro.
2 flips. Even
I-
up the ratio
I-
today. We got 2 white guys against 2 flips.
I was biting my tongue on that one for a bit when I had
I was
to.
wondering, what are you
just threw it
talking
out
about? We got 2 right here.
Flips can catch fish, I'll tell you that much. And Lee Nolden can catch fish. If you're not familiar with Lee
Yep.
Nolden, colloquially known as the godfather of Lake Winnipeg, he's been on that lake since Santos was in diapers. Speaking of diapers, Santos has been changing diapers this week, bro.
I have, man. Hey,
Where's
Where's
this
the
baby?
baby?
Let's see the
Where's the
baby.
baby? First
Oh,
appearance
she's-
on the show. Where's
she's
Maya?
sleeping there. She's
Oh,
back in the
you're
room.
not allowed
Dude,
to
she's
hold
gonna
her. That's
sleep
fine.
no matter what.
He's not allowed to hold her for
Not
sure.
right now, man. I get limited time, bro. She says that you hold it like a football. So, oh god.
Oh my god! If
So,
you guys have any
wrap 'em up
questions,
tight.
save them. Put your questions out for sure, and I'll see if we remember it at the end of the show when you do our Q&A. We're doing Q&A now on the show here. We'll save the questions for then, to not to derail the conversation. We did want to start the show off here. Some sad news in the fishing world, local fishing world anyway. Mark Williams, who many of you probably know out there, passed away on the weekend. Our condolences to his family. Paul Monroe, good buddy of ours there. Cat Daddy is a good friend of his. If you aren't familiar, Mark Williams is a local Shimano rep for a long time. Since Harlow's retired, I think it went straight to
Yeah.
Mark right after, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been a rep for quite some time.
It's just sad, man.
So it is too many of the angling community starting to lose too many people here.
He was the Otter guy too for a while there. Paul's the Otter local guy now too, but awesome dude, man. It's that's unfortunate. He was like long time ago, even selling all you hunters out there, Browning, Beretta, and stuff like that. Or back in the day with Matty Brown, like they were working together at the Red agencies for a long time. And so Mark's a staple in the local fishing industry here. If you know kind of thing. Like I said again, condolences to Mark and his family.
His family,
Thinking
yeah.
of you guys right now.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Yeah. Jamie Shulman been just smacking while I went there on a jig and minnow. Yeah, you don't have to be too fancy. All this $39 lures that Lee's trying to sell to all you guys, man. Jig and a minnow,
That's
Lee.
right.
Hey,
I know jigs and minnows. They're always popular.
what brand salted minnows you got in the store?
Right now I got Bait Center minnows, and I got some Nate's baits coming. I got them bought and paid for. They're just sitting in the city.
You sell walkers too, don't you?
But it's gonna be, I don't know, depending on how the live bait goes. I have concerns whether they're gonna make it through the whole winter with liveys, because all the live minnows now come out of the western part of the province, and they got heavy snow out there. It makes them really hard to trap. So talking to the boys, it could be getting a little tough there come February and March on the liveys. We'll just have to see.
Do you have like your anglers come in? I'm in there all the time whenever I'm up there. I just listen to the Americans and locals and whatnot come in there. Do you have some people that are like hesitant to go to the salties and they need that live minnow?
You know, we have a certain amount of them that have never fished without live bait. As everybody knows, I'm really old school. Back in the day, we didn't have live bait. You know, Bobby Kaled once in a while would have live minnows in Winnipeg, but we weren't driving to Winnipeg just to buy bait. So that's all we used was salties. You know, just wrapping them around. They never had a problem catching fish. Just talking to some of the guides right now, they're saying, you know, the salties are working good, so they're not buying a lot of liveys right now.
Like I myself personally, I don't know what these guys will let them chime in a second if they will, but I don't like live bait's not my go-to. Like when I was doing the Keystone, the tournaments, or if I'm guiding, you know, if I really have to have, you have to have a back, you have to have everything just in case, right? Yeah. If I'm just going myself, I don't need to have live bait. Salted's good for me, and just spoons and crankbaits without any bait. Sometimes I don't buy anything. How about you guys?
I always used to buy live bait, and then they just seemed to go on the salties better, so I stuck to the salties. And now with this beautiful rule that's coming in,
you got to learn.
I've been playing around with plastics, so.
And you know me, I like to go baitless a lot, right? Salties, but then live is I went to if you could find mud minnows, that's what I like to use. The big
where's the mud minnows?
I know.
Yeah, and then
he's looking for mud minnows right now.
I know on the weekend during the tournament, the guys were doing better with liveys than they were with salties.
So sometimes that happens, and then the live guys, what they're doing now is using a tungsten jig or a smaller jig on a dead stick, and you got to keep the minnow kind of alive. I know a lot of guys use liveys, but by the time they hook them up, they aren't too lively no more. No. They're fresh, but they're dead. You know, if you tail hook them or something on that tungsten jig, they're going to be a lot more lively for you. And I know guys are trying to jig them up, and if they don't hit the crank or a spoon, you got a livey sitting 1.5 feet, 2 feet away. That can sometimes entice them too. And then I know one mistake guys make all the time with the livey is they put it right near the bottom. Okay. I like to keep that fish up 6, 8, 10 inches, 12 inches maybe, because a walleye looks up, right? He can't see down. So you want that so that the walleye can at least see that. So if he comes in looking at a spoon or a crank, he can see that fish. Something I do in the summertime now, talking about plastics, is I always use a drop shot. Like if, say, we're up at Hecla, I got my 1 ounce jig or 3/8, whatever I need. I put a drop shot hook about 18 inches above with a piece of plastic. Just a Z-Man on there. And I don't know if it's like an illusion of you got more than one bait in the same area, but I catch probably 20 fish a day on the top bait.
Yeah.
You know, just on that one. So that's something to look at. So I'm starting to mess around with plastics more and more on the lake. I mean, I got a couple of buddies. If you got a decent bite, nothing wrong with a jig and a piece of plastic. You can outfish about anybody if you're on a decent bite.
Yeah.
Standard thought was that plastics in the wintertime weren't as good, but everyone's proven now that you can catch them. Shit, those plastic frogs, never mind. People are catching
frogs, whatever.
Yeah.
No, they'll work, but plastic does work, and I think the plastic's a lot better than it used to be.
A lot more pliable too, I would imagine. That's why it was like a lot of time it was that. Even using worms, you still selling worms?
You know what? I can't get them. I was selling worms up until about 2 weeks ago, and then I sold everything out, and I couldn't get them because a little secret: the guys on the red were sturgeon fishing with them. Mm-hmm. They caught a fair amount of sturgeon through the ice this year, which is not many guys know about. And late in the fall, they were doing good too.
We were surprised that no sturgeon were reported at the icebreaker the other weekend. There, we were surprised that there wasn't. Like we thought for sure someone would catch some, but maybe they did.
Yeah, because there's a fair amount of them out there.
Oh, definitely so. Like I said, we were at Black the Bonnie for a crappie, and Woody's over there had a whole pile of Manny's crawlers still. And I like using crawlers when I go crappie fishing. I didn't know they were going to have them there. Went to go buy drinks. Oh, shit, they got live worms. Fantastic. And sure enough, we were catching all our crappie on the worms. Like you have to tip it with a little bit. Much better than dead maggots or plastic.
Well, you need, wax worms are the best. We used to, when I go down south, I always brought back wax worms. Bring back 2 big 500-gallon tubs of them for a perch and crappie.
Live ones? Live?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need you to have live ones. That'd be great if you sold live wax worms. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, no, they're very common. That's all they use down south. Either wax worms or they got a couple different types of them down there.
Next week we've got a topic.
They use them on a small tungsten.
Small tungsten like that. We're talking next week when to go micro, when to downsize. So that'll be next week's topic. We'll talk there. Lance here and the guys are talking about using plastics and tungsten and whatnot. We'll talk next week. But I want to go back to what you were saying about fishing too low in the column. If one thing we've learned from this forward facing and sonar and stuff like that is you can never just set out your bait too high. Like they'll shit a foot under the ice, they'll even come and get it kind of thing. You know, like
the commercial guys, those fish are traveling on the lake. The commercial guys seldom set right on the bottom. They set mid-water column, sometimes even right under the ice. And now with the forward-facing radar or sonar, you can see those fish coming through at 2, 3, 4 feet down.
I used to tell people, like when you'd set it, before all this fancy electronics, oh, you're too high up. Like they'd reel it 3 times. Oh, that's like 6 feet up. No, that's too high. You're not going to catch, like setting their dead stick and stuff or jigging. Nowadays, it doesn't really matter. You can set it wherever in the column.
Yeah,
Winnipeg anyway. It makes no difference.
Sometimes they'll actually see it dropping. Like as soon as it hits the water, it's like it gets their attention.
Yes,
right away. So everything that we were taught's out the windows.
If anyone's growing their own, like live for perch or crappie or any panfish, you've got the live little grubs. Oh man, that's like guaranteed right there, man. Those things
pretty soon that's going to be the only bait we get to use.
Yeah, might be, man. Hey,
the bands come. So leeches are gone too, you're saying? Is that part of the whole deal?
Yeah, that's part of the deal. Leeches are done, so all you Lake of the Prairies boys are going to have to learn something different.
Man, X-Raps, bro. I used to catch lots of X-Raps there. But can't you can trap your own still and use it though, right? Personally or no? Yeah. No either? What?
You can't use it on the same body of water where you caught them?
If you can't use, no. You can. It'll be illegal to use live bait.
Yeah.
Whether you catch them on the water or not, because here's the deal. They're going to say, well, I caught them here, and really you didn't. You caught them somewhere else and moved them over. So otherwise I'd be out there catching shiners on Lake Winnipeg.
So what's the reasoning that they told you when you were speaking to them about it?
It was all invasive species is what they were talking about. So we're worried about the zebra mussels, of course, is the number one. Yeah. And then the qualig, the other mussel. And then also you Lake of the Woods guys will know about the spiny water fleas.
Yeah.
And then the rusty crayfish. So I don't know how that ends up in a bag of minnow water, but that's what they're concerned about.
You think you'd notice a lobster in your leech bag for sure, bro?
I hope so.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're concerned
about
that
they don't have the they don't have the decontamination stations open all the time, and it's just a very convoluted, half-assed way to do things.
That's the exact word, though. I mean, like, I'm friends with the people in the government there, but I'll critique if I feel like it needs critiquing. And it's sort of this war against the AIS is done half-assed, and now this whole banning thing is affecting all the anglers and businesses such as yourselves. With the other angles aren't really getting attacked. But it's crazy to me that like it could come in so many different ways. I don't think live bait is banning live bait is gonna do anything to help on that front. I mean,
I don't think it's gonna stop the spread of zebras or anything.
No,
I don't know. You might as well shoot every bird that uses water, every duck and goose and pelican should get shot then.
So they haven't moved
You know,
on their
'cause-
stance at all in this last 3 years since they started talking about this or implemented it.
You know, the only thing I've heard is a few rumors that it could come back, but it may come back. Some of the Métis and Aboriginal people are pushing because it's a rural lifestyle and it's a rural job. So that would be the only way. And now that you've got everybody bought out, like Lee Hastings and all those guys, how do you go back and give licenses out and blocks out to people?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd
Well,
have to have a.
the
It
guys
would be
that
very,
took
very
the buyout,
difficult to do.
those guys that took the buyout would have been nice to see them hang on. They probably would have made more money than they did on the buyout. Because I know
Well,
spoke
some
to
of them
a couple-
were. You know, the guys that were honest, like Lee Hastings, so he actually reported his income. So then he got a bigger buyout than some guys that maybe were doing cash on the side, or some of the guys weren't that active in the market, so they got offered low buyouts. So now they're trying to cash in because there's only a few
like
guys left he can buy.
2 harvesters left, right? Only 2, isn't it? Something 2 or 3. Like
Yeah, there's 3, I believe.
Gotta be many,
and that's
right?
just for
3,
minnows,
but
right?
I don't think one of them is all that active. Huh?
And that's just for minnows that you're talking 3. Isn't there more for leeches?
That's
Though?
correct. There may be a few more for leeches, but not that many. I mean, then they were so ungodly expensive this spring. I mean, they had to take out a second mortgage to go buy a pound of leeches.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I think the most I paid for 1 pound this year was $95 a pound.
yeah, $100 a pound, man. It was not unheard of.
And then I had to throw it away after 2 weeks because it was in Ontario.
Man.
Yeah,
That's right, eh? Jeez.
But I don't know. So then now they're talking about putting this ban in what, April 1st, you were saying? In 2027?
I believe so. Yeah.
So it's funny though, because they could have actually dealt with this shit back in the 90s. You know, they
Well,
were
they
warned
could have,
that-
you know.
they were warned it was coming.
Yep.
Hindsight.
Yeah, everything
Hindsight,
came
wow.
up to the Red River.
What's this guy talking?
On your sex.
That's
That's
a good one.
Santos.
I like
He's
that
talking
one.
to
Santos,
Santos.
baby.
Bro.
Yep.
So
If you're
I don't
just
know.
joining us, we got Lee Nolden in the house smoking fish, the godfather of Lake Winnipeg. If you got any questions for him, we talked a little bit of strategy there and live bait and stuff like that. A little bit about like we're talking. How's that going to affect your store? Like how's that's going to be a kick in the nuts? No, a little
Well,
bit?
it's going to be a big kick in the nuts. You know, we sell over 20,000 dozen minnows in the winter. Okay,
How many?
so
20,000.
that's
Gee.
20,000 dozen.
Dozen, yeah.
So at $8 a dozen, I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. So that's 160 grand. But what the big thing with the minnows is when guys come in, they don't just buy a dozen minnows. They're going to buy a drink, maybe a sandwich, maybe a candy bar, lure or two. So it's the other sales that are really going to hurt me. You know, a guy like you guys now, you're going to come in, buy 5 tubs of minnows, and you're good for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So then I'm not going to see you again.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing for me is all the extra sales. I mean, the minnows, don't get me wrong, they help the store out too, and it's going to cost me at least 1 full-time employee I won't need. Because you guys know, when we're busy, I mean, I got a guy sitting there, normally me, for half the day just scooping stuff. And yes, they
Fish
buy
whistles.
fish whistles after 8 o'clock in the morning. They can buy fish whistles.
Murray says if Manitoba's surrounding states and jurisdictions are continuing with live minnows, Manitoba is never definitely trying to lead the way in a lot of things, man. Misguided is, in my opinion, a lot of the stuff. Look at Bar Bliss. We've been that way for going on 40 years now here. No one else does
It's
it.
been
but we
since
do it.
right when I started in the industry, they went barbless.
We're nothing but
And Ontario still uses
Christine D, man, he's live bait, the
Ontario
biggest
still uses live bait. Yeah, it is. But Ontario, what they do is they're still using live bait, but it has to be within the same geographical area, I believe, like the same watershed it has to come from. I believe that's how it works there.
Something
So
like that,
you
yeah.
can't catch minnows in Toronto and ship them over to Kenora, as an example.
like Zone 5
I
is Zone
believe
5
that's how
stuff.
their
Yeah,
system works.
Sudbury, that kind of thing. Yeah, it is like that.
Yeah, and if you're an
Yeah,
Ontario
but they
resident,
work with they worked with their whole industry to figure out something that would work for everybody. Manitoba just said, "Screw it, you're all done." That was it. That's the easy way for them to do it, right? And then the other thing, where'd that money come from that they paid the guys off?
from us.
I
From us,
don't believe
taxpayers,
that
man.
money came from provincial coffers. They came from the Wildlife Enhancement Fund, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's where the money come. It never went through the government. The other thing, when they pushed this through, that was right in the middle of COVID. I don't think they followed their own rules on public announcements and
Public
having
forum and
everybody
stuff.
look at things. And yeah, that's right. So so that's kind of how that worked.
I think in a way they did, because I remember we were so hell bent over the master anglers not being able to keep them, say, in a tournament or something. That's when, so that pretty much they announced that and the live bait at the same time. So then that kind of brushed the live bait under the carpet for about a year and a half. But they were still holding meetings and stuff like that, because I remember sitting in on about 4 or 5 of them until I was asked not to. So.
Oh,
Well, that could be, but anyway.
No, I mean, I think it'd be nice if they were more transparent with the results, because they did ask the public for their opinion, and it sounded like a lot of the stuff that we probably would have voted against, they didn't care. They just went through it anyway. So
well, they did, and like Mike just said, it was 2 or 3 years in the future, so nobody really gave a. Then the buyout thing, nobody knew that was coming. The guys just got a letter in the mail. It's like, holy shit! It's like you got 30 days, take it or leave it.
Yeah,
a lot of people took it for sure. I mean, if I can still see them, maybe, I don't know. I didn't hear Derek Croker on the last time he was speaking on the news there, but I thought maybe there was still some room for them to move on this, like you said. Is there still the door slightly open still on that, with enough lobbying or reason to, or is this thing?
I think the door's always slightly open, because you got to change the government now. So we'll see what Mr. What Wob wants to do on that. I think if you go, some of the Aboriginal people get involved, I think then that's the only way you're going to change it. Some old fat guy like me ain't going to do shit.
They don't care about smoking.
And 3 wingnuts doing a podcast ain't going to change it.
Yeah, nobody can. See, here's the other thing too. We were never offered a dime. It's like, we're going to take this away from you, but too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
So, and I can tell you, I probably grossed more money from selling minnows than half the guys that produced them.
Definitely the center
so
point
it's
for
like,
a lot
really?
of the sales, for sure. We talked last week about not valuing the tourism, or not appreciating the visiting anglers here, how we would like to see, kind of thing. And this is another arrow in that quiver, like saying like that.
Well, it is, because I can tell you about for all the American anglers that come up, 90% of them use live bait.
I know.
90, because that's what they use at home, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Manitoba is the only place in the world they use salted minnows.
They're good. I mean, it'll work. It works. It's just.
Oh, they work good. Yeah, I'm not
Just, I don't know.
They don't work. It's just they're not used to it, and so they can change. But the other places they use frozen minnows, but we're the only place that uses salted minnows. In Ontario, it's illegal to use salted minnows. Did you know that?
Why is that? Too much salt in the water?
I think because you're putting salt in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can't use salted minnows in Ontario.
Get out of here. Is that true?
You guys fisher. You ever seen a salted minnow in Ontario?
I thought you could. I thought they had salted minnows there now.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so. They got frozen, but not salted.
They got fresh frozen. Those green.
Because I know we've tried to buy minnows.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I remember when
some of the guys on the Rainy River they make a really nice frozen minnow, but they won't salt them because they telling me it's illegal for them to salt them there.
Well, Tanner says you can use salted in Ontario.
I've
used them. I don't know.
Salted in Ontario.
I thought I saw some in their freezer this year.
No, someone's saying that they just changed the laws. They're saying you can't use them now.
Christine says not anymore. The law changed this summer. Now they permitted it. Yeah.
Okay, so they changed it this summer, so they now permit it in Ontario. I know even at one time.
Yeah. They've changed some rules out that way with they've actually laxed on some of it a little bit. They're thinking of the economic factors in there too, whereas here they sort of don't think of the economic factors, I think.
Yeah.
They're trying to make money.
I could understand, man, if I could get behind it if I really thought that, well, it sucks that people visiting here, need live minnows to have the confidence or whatever, and they're discouraged from coming, but we got to protect the resource. If I really thought that it was going to do anything to protect the resource, but it doesn't, there's nothing, it ain't going to make.
Well, that's the thing.
Nothing,
if
No, I think this is just a cover up, right? They reacted way too late on what their reasoning is for stopping all this live bait stuff. They're covering their mistakes. Like they know they screwed up. So now they're gonna this is what we're gonna do now.
Dude,
they could have started way earlier.
That the government doesn't screw up. We do.
No.
Just remember that.
Man. We got free tickets. Huge thank you to Lawrence. Lac du Bonnie Ice Fishing Derby is coming up February 22nd, 2025. If anyone's interested in going. We got one adult and one youth and another adult and youth ticket. We're going to give that away before the end of the show. I don't know. Comment in there if you're interested in going. Or you know someone who's interested, you want to win it for them. Comment if you want in. I'll just do a wheel of names. That's just all I'll do. I'll type it in there. I'll put wheel of names in there, and whoever wins it before the end of the show. So remember that. Big shout out to Lawrence for sponsoring that. Appreciate you guys over there. Bill at Lawrence. He's at the Toronto Boat Show right now, actually, which maybe next week we'll report on the Toronto Boat Show and see if anything.
He's always at a boat show somewhere.
Cool is going on. It makes the tours. We've got our boat show coming up, actually. Next will be a backdoor live minnow dealer. Oh man, just turning us anglers into criminals, man. Like, you know what I mean? We got to go underground with this shit,
Exactly,
man. Eric Evans. My question to Derek: when this live bait ban first announced and they brought out all the suppliers and they bought them up, I said, "Where's our bite? How come Rita's never got a piece of the pie?" Eric's on a Pelican Lake. If you're not familiar, why weren't our shops compensated? He says to me, "I'm the guy who has to make the hard decisions, and there's not enough money for everyone. This live bait ban is just easy to do from behind the desk, an agenda that only hurts fishermen and does no good." I agree with you. That's not what Derek said. Out of the quotes. That's Eric's opinion there. But Derek did say, "I'm the guy who has to make the hard decision, and there's not enough money for everyone." It does, like the retailers are going to get hit hard with this, and the resource and Manitoba as a whole.
Yeah, we'll just take it out of Mr. Quaker's salary. I'll just take his check for a couple of years.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't do shit anyway.
What's up, Gord? For that. What's up, Bruce? What's happening? Was going to volunteer, but getting a knee replacement. For what, bro? Oh, for the Derby? The Derby?
Volunteer Derby, yeah.
All the bait trappers are bought out. So how's that work with the like salted trappers are different from the live bait trappers?
Separate.
That's a different license.
There's separate blocks for frozen minnows.
Yeah. They're still out there.
There's live bait blocks and there's separate blocks. And typically the salted minnows are shiners. Walker sells the dace minnows and the mud minnows as frozen. because when his father passed away, he wasn't able to continue with his live bait. So he packages them up and we sell them as frozen bait, and they work really well.
Nice. We're with Lee Nolden. It's the Cast Ethic Podcast. It's Monday, January 20. We're talking live bait, the impending 2027 live Minneapolis apocalypse. Speaking of Gord Fraser, I just want to show your rig, bro. Gord there was showing me his. This is a nice setup, man. We'll do a segment coming up here where show us your setups, man. I got James
Pimp your ride.
Setup. Yeah, pimp your ride. I like it, man. That's sexy to me, man. I like it. I like the camo so you can hide from the fish, bro.
Hide from the fish.
That's heated too, there.
You're gonna use it to find Sasquatch, bro.
Oh shit!
Oh God, here we go.
Sasquatch will find me, bro. Speaking of Rick Gergat's in the house over here. On the weekend, we knew all the warnings were coming. Alberta Clipper and whatnot. I had some friends from Fargo up here, bomber coaches, and I took them up for crappie. They were here for 3 days, and I go, I'm not sure you're going to get out to Lake Winnipeg. To be honest with you guys, man, you might want to do the Lake Winnipeg today. That was the Thursday. Yeah. No, we're determined to go catch some crappie. Fine, we'll go get crappie, but you might not be able to hit the lake. Maybe the Red River a little more sheltered. But according to Donovan, like even end of Maine was whited out on that Friday, man. It was nuts, bro.
Just driving out, right? Driving out was not good either.
Little taste of it. This is Ian Hailstone.
Donovan fished on the red on that Friday, and the guys did good. Donovan's guest had a pretty good Friday. I talked
on the river, right? Yeah. See, that's when it actually cleared up a little bit, where visibility, and you still can't see shoreline. Yeah. That wind's blowing 50 clicks or whatnot. Lee Nolden, we call you the godfather of the lake. You've been on that lake in all kinds of conditions. Are there conditions where you should just stay home?
Yep. On Friday, the boys should have stayed home. And then having said that, like we used to go out and some of that shit, but we would have 3-4 trucks together, tie up a tow strap before we went out. And then like on that Friday, if I was going to fish that, I would maybe leave from Warner, go fish at the Lighthouse Bay, right close, fish to about 10 o'clock. And then when the going gets tough, the tough go to breakfast, call her a day. But really, the smart move is not to go on that kind of thing.
Like we've all gone out.
And then where you go fish, like Donovan had a bunch of guests. They fished the river. They had a great time. Caught a pile of fish. I know they caught some big fish. They had a couple over 28, some 26s. Just like your tournament you guys had. I mean, there was a pile of fish still being caught in the river now.
Oh, definitely so.
So you just got a fish condition.
Like it's just like in the open water, man. Sometimes the lake you just shouldn't go on. Small craft warning and all kinds of stuff. You just can't go out. It doesn't matter if you came all the way here from Iowa. Sometimes it just sucks on a trip, man. You just can't go out, and it just happens, man. And now if people do decide to go out, shit. If you guys were following along online, you saw all the stuff going on. There's some good people, though, good Manitobans. I'm saying, like, when we say that Manitobans aren't welcoming to the visitors, it's not us anglers, generally speaking. We're talking, more municipalities and the government in general sort of welcoming them. But local anglers, look at this, man. This is Bailey Cousins, Icebreaker Elite Series Pro. Are those North Dakota still get off the lake? I got them pulled out and back to shore, man. And we appreciate that, bro. Like, big shout out to Canuck Outfitters, professional guide service. Bailey Cousins there. And that's just one. Like everybody. Brady Kingston was out on the lake. He lives out there. Chris Gaunt lives out there. Dono and his crew, Brew and Outfitting. If they're out there, they'll help people.
They'll help
working.
You.
They're working, but should they have to? Is my question. Is what I want to direct the conversation to is. Are you putting more people? We've heard stories back in the day, man. Someone is stuck, the next person goes to help, and the third, fourth truck helping out gets stuck too, and everybody.
Back in the day when stuff happened, I mean, I burnt a truck down out there. I mean, guys, some of the guys will remember that, but we broke down all the time and shit happened. But you didn't make a Facebook post and whine about how you're stuck out here, and then you don't even know where you are.
Yeah, like
So, it's like you got to be prepared. Call your buddies or something, but just go out with 2 or 3 trucks.
Yeah.
We used to do that all the time. I mean, I can
Because
remember having 5 trucks stuck at one time.
I think, I mean, you're never going to leave anyone off. I mean, you're going to help. You're going to help. It just like
We
guys
always help people all the time.
Yes. Yeah. But guys go out there unprepared. Like some guys don't even go out with a shovel or anything.
We left them out there.
Well, I'm on the phone right now, and the Lake Winnipeg report, ice fishing Manitoba. In the last 2 hours, there's 4 separate incidents of people asking for either a boost or a pullout, and all kinds of stuff happening. Like Lee's talking about, he's never went online to ask, and I guess that's your last resort. That's why, I mean, people are willing to help. People are driving up from home. People living in St. Andrews driving up to Lake.
The weather's not bad. But yeah, I mean, I used to get calls all the time when I had track trucks to pull guys out. But now here it is. You're at 9 o'clock at night, and somebody's looking for somebody to drive an hour to get out there, an hour to find the guy, give him a boost, drive home. Then he's got to go to work the next morning just because somebody did something stupid because you didn't go out and start your truck, or you went out when it was 40 below.
Yeah.
My question is, if you go out by yourself, why are you not prepared?
Which goes to the keys here. Rick Gergatz was saying how to be prepared. And Rick, awesome, man. If you follow Lake Winnipeg, or if you don't, man, you should be on there. I mean, it's a good way to keep up to date on what's going on out there, and then learning the science, the bro science of it too, and stuff like that, and getting up to date reports, boots on the ground, as Rick likes to call it. But lessons on the lake yesterday: don't ignore weather warnings on Lake Winnipeg. Like, she's big windy for a reason. And if there's warnings going on, some people they really didn't believe it. Like I told you, my American friends, it looks nasty. We'll probably get out there somewhere. A lot of people still went out like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Pair up. Mike was saying, like you got to be prepared. Like really, we never, Lee, like you said, we never used to go. Me and Santos, we'd been 1 truck each minimum. Yeah. Like we wouldn't, like, just because like we were expecting to.
You weren't taking chances. That's right.
Always expecting to get stuck out there, man.
You knew you were going to get stuck.
Yeah.
You knew it. Like you knew it. So going out in one vehicle, it really should be like pavement out there. Like early in the year, like before this last storm, it was like, bare ice everywhere. You could do it. Discretion is the better part of value. You don't have to be on the lake. Risk and reward, like Rick just said, man. You got to calculate that risk versus reward. Like even the guides cancel trips or they adjust them if need be. And help is hours away, not minutes. You can't just expect the old Facebook SOS. I'd feel bad, man, if I called somebody out, just randoms, and they come and help, and all of a sudden now they're in trouble or their equipment breaks and stuff like that. Oh man, like, because in an emergency is an emergency, right? Better than dying. Some people are too proud to ask for help too, man, and that's the other end of the spectrum. You want to be too proud to ask, but flag people down. Like you jump up, I don't know, 30 lights, and like I flag people down, man. I've walked to the next permit that had smoke coming out of it to go ask for help. I mean,
did you have someone say, keep on walking?
keep digging. Keep digging.
Yes.
I'll help you. But the morning bite's going on. Keep digging. I go, it makes sense. Keep digging. I mean, sometimes you just got to dig yourself out. Like some people get stuck on the first time and they're like,
but that's the problem, Eric. They don't bring a shovel.
And some people don't have a shovel.
Okay.
That's why, right?
Now you just said this guy's asking for a boost. Go buy a fucking local booster pack for like $200.
Yeah,
like they're not big and bulky anymore. They're like small.
They're tiny, man. They're smaller than ice fishing batteries, man, and they work like they're money.
I don't understand people. Like, you're gonna you'll go spend $300-$400 on a rod and reel combo, but you won't go buy a booster pack. You could probably use 12 months of the year if you need be.
Like real life with Mike, just saw another truck drop the wheel, another large crack an hour, and there's cracks everywhere, and these are like the cold weather cracks where these things are contracting apart from each other. It's getting dark now. People are stuck out there right now, and it's dark, and they aren't ready to camp. Like if need be, like you should be ready to camp out there with emergency blankets and propane and all kinds of stuff.
I'm not going to say I'm always prepared. Like last year, I went out, I got stuck in my quad. I didn't even have a shovel. I had to use my ice scoop to dig my quad out. It took me an hour and a half.
But you plan to leave like at 2 p.m. when you got 3 more hours of light still, because chances of people running into you are higher. Some people are like right to last light. They're in the middle, 3 miles north of the mouth. And now that it's 7 o'clock, oh shit, it won't start. Can someone come out and get me?
Well, and Eric, I know when we used to go and if we ever used to stay out late, we always said, just make sure we're not the last truck off. We got to make sure there's other trucks coming back, even if we stayed late, right?
We used to look further out. Are there any groups out there still?
Did that.
Yeah, we always look, right? If we're the last group
first, yeah,
we better and start your vehicle or whatever your mode of transportation is.
Well, Rick said he went through two booster packs. So that tells me you need a tow truck. You don't need another boost.
Your battery's done.
Look at my starter. My starter's acting up. It's a starter. You have to warm it up. Mike had a good tip that we had Piotrowski's heater. We put it underneath, warmed up the starter just to get it to start at least because I was facing the wind. Park away from the wind. That would be my shit. Hold on. I got a thing for this. One second. The tip of the week. Boom! That's your tip of the week. Don't park facing the wind. I had a whole intro for that and everything. That's Eskimo ice fishing gear. Tip of the week. Do not park facing the wind because your whole thing, like that's a quad, that's a snowmobile, that's your truck, your Toyota Corolla, and that's your... That took me 7 hours to make, bro. All for a 5-second tip.
5 seconds.
Hey,
Stay away from the wind.
It was hard. What's Rick say, Mike? It was hard cranking, so I don't think they had synthetic oil. So here's the thing. If you're going to go out in a truck, if you at least have a tent, you can always put the tent in front of the truck to break the wind and then use your heater to warm it up. As long as you can warm it up a little bit, it's going to go.
Yeah.
People have put their pop-ups over top of the sleds. Quads in it. Some quads in really like shit. When was that year? So it was like 3 years in a row where it was like minus 40 every weekend, but we're still going. People are putting pop-ups over like one specific pop-up for their machines to keep it warm because it's so cold out there, right?
I probably got 5 phone calls that winter because sleds wouldn't start. I just said, put it in the shack.
Yeah.
Keep fishing, sit on the seat, put it in the shack, let the heater go. It'll start.
Don't piss into the wind. That's next week.
Next week.
I better save that. Quiet, bro. We're saving that for next week there. Start every 3 hours. We say definitely start it. Like I learned that, man. Like start it every once in a while. Clown Garage is giant. That'll get him in there.
But that's the thing, though. It didn't matter for you, Eric, because once you get that snow inside that starter, it melts. Then it ices up.
I drive into drifts for fun. Like I like breaking trail and stuff like that. I enjoy getting stuck, and then I reverse and whatnot and all that kind of thing. But then it does get inside your 4-wheel drive system and starter and whatnot too. So
like if there's anything that you could keep in your truck, well, besides that, just a propane torch with an igniter on it, because then at least you can warm up your starter. Like don't burn it down, but just warm it up enough to get it to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost have to prepare. You almost have to say that you're going to break down no matter what. It's going to happen.
You're literally
going ready, right?
You're going to the worst fucking place in Canada to go ice fishing. Like that place can change in seconds.
Just the biggest lesson I say is like respect that lake, and some like too many
the weather on that lake, man.
Not just slickers and stuff like that, or we get too sense of security sometimes because there's so many people out there. But you got to respect that lake because it'll eat you up, bro. It'll eat you up in a heartbeat, really quick too. Like you never think that you could within sight of shoreline that you're in a life or death situation, but all of a sudden, like it just the wind kicks up and now you can't see shore. And I don't know if you have no electronics or anything like that. All of a sudden,
we've been there.
No one can come get you.
It's a good thing for cell phones, Lee? Back in the day, there was no such thing as a map to get off of Windy Lake.
No, we never had cell phones, and nobody had a GPS that worked either. I just kind of knew you either watched shorelines, you knew where the trees were, and then you knew where the one ice ridge, and then you followed that for a ways. But it was a totally different deal now. Now everybody hits a button and off they go 10 miles.
Yeah.
When Lee started fishing that lake, it was called Lake Agassiz.
Yes.
Back in the day, it wasn't even Lake Winnipeg yet. The glaciers were still around.
Yeah,
Delicious.
we had to go fight dinosaurs for the fish. Those sharks, those megalodon sharks were in there and stuff,
You old bastard. I
walking
swear
around
to
on
God.
the shoreline.
At least there's
Wait a
somebody
minute.
older than me on this show now.
The snow can pack up under your engine block. It's true, man. If you're breaking trail a lot, lead vehicle and whatnot, or you're just having fun out there, it can, man. So sometimes you got to get under there and dig out under there too and stuff.
Sometimes you don't even have to break trail.
It just happens, eh?
Yeah, just the wind just blows the snow under there and packs it.
Yeah.
Quick thoughts on this, bro. Quick thoughts on Chris Johnston, Corey Johnston. Like Barecki was all over him. Like he got, like, I like the idea. The video is funny as heck and it shows the win, but it didn't have to do it with an over though. No, done it with an eater size fish.
Yeah, it's something you could have kept.
Nothing.
No.
I thought Lee was going to talk. He's got delayed there. So
it was all for clicks,
well,
man. Right? I mean,
I don't know. Just,
I mean, you would expect someone like that would know better or show
he's
a
excited over the ice
right?
fishing, bro. I don't know. He's not funny.
I think
doesn't know the.
That's the thing, right, Eric? You said it. He was excited.
Yeah, excited. Probably thought, he's never fished Lake Winnipeg, as far as I know. First time out with his boy too, and they're catching all kind of Gussie took him out. It's awesome stuff, man. He's a pro. Just sometimes you make little. I mean, if you asked him now, I'm sure you'd be like, wow, shit. I guess I could have done it with a small fish that you're gonna eat. Hopefully they ate it now. Then
You think he showed that for the fish or for the wind? How windy it was that
it's for the wind, bro. It
was for the wind.
It's for real. It's like
he said, look at how windy it is on you. Now we know why they call it Big Windy.
I know. Yeah. It's just a shit. I'm sure if he had to do it again, he wouldn't have done it with a.
Well, he's a little
assuming
guy.
He wasn't over.
He's like you, Eric. He's a little guy. That's only 18.
That's why. Yeah, it's not the best. Now I'm sure he got feedback on that or whatever. I don't think you can find the video now either, kind of thing. So another guy that wishes he didn't do what he did. This gentleman. This was on USA Today, and it made the rounds on the last week there. Angler arrested after drawing gun during an ice fishing argument. We know people, Lake Winnipeg, one of the largest lakes in the world. People still bump heads over there over fishing too close. This is in Milwaukee where they fish in harbors, brown trout and stuff. They fish in the harbors. Nobody else out there, and two guys went close to this Justin Dilly and his girlfriend. So he comes out, not this guy, but the guy comes out. I mean, I don't understand you guys. Why are you guys fishing so close to me? And this guy pulls out a gun. Holy shit. What are you doing at this point, man?
Protect your spot, man.
That's crazy.
To me, that's perfectly logical. That guy shouldn't get arrested. The guy who got too close should get arrested.
Well, that's the same guy. The guy who got too close is the one who pulled the gun out, bro.
Yeah. Well, then he's got a problem. But like you get too close and then you pull the gun out, you shoot his tires out or something, that takes care of that problem.
Lee Nolden from the Wild West of Lake Winnipeg back in the day. Like, that's wild to me. Luis Herrera.
Back in the day, that's right.
Man. Oh, my God.
Open carry.
Oh, well.
We don't have open carry. I don't know. Some people get carried away, though, man. I mean, I've seen fights on the ice.
Lots.
Oh, yeah.
We saw lots, man.
Well, let's go. Let's hear something then. Let's see what you guys have seen.
Well, just this year, we got into an argument over people driving between the two trucks.
Yeah,
like if I was any closer, I would have walked up to the guy's truck. But it was 75 yards away, screaming or yelling at him.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's telling me to relax. That's the one thing when I'm pissed off, you tell me to relax. It just fucking lights me up.
You gotta keep it going, bro.
Like that, a gun, he'd rip the gun out there.
The best thing I ever did when I had a guy pull in like 10, 15 feet away, I just got my auger out and started drilling holes around his truck. Like every 6 inches, I drilled a hole. After about 6 holes, he got the message. But most guys are a lot better now than they used to be. But some of those guys were bad. And in all fairness, there's so many people on the lake now. It's hard to get. You can't even give a guy 200 yards.
In some spots, for
spots,
sure, man. Yeah. If you want to fish a certain area, I don't know if you're going to fish the mouth or Prudent Bay
very hard.
South.
And everybody, it starts out good. Everybody cuts the distance in half. There's two guys, we'll go in the middle. Then it cut it again, and
just
next thing you know, you're down to 50 yards.
What's it take? Not that anyone would pull out a gun. I guess Lee would, but what would it take for you to pull out that gun kind of thing, like on the lake? Like I don't know. I've had people come up
if they got within about beside me. If there's nobody around and they're 25 feet away, sorry, buddy, we're gonna pull out the gun. I may not shoot the guy, but I might shoot his tire out or put one through the rat.
25 feet. That's one vehicle length kind of thing.
Oh shit, Lee! You should have been in the tent when we had a lady actually stop their car in the middle of our tent, get out and come and sit with us.
Just came inside.
And
came inside, right?
Pictures.
Yes,
she's taking pictures of the big fish that somebody caught in the tent with us.
Mike thought she was related to somebody, so he's not saying nothing.
I didn't say it because I'm fishing with these guys, and she's Asian. Got to be related to somebody. She comes in there and starts snapping pictures. I'm like, what?
Who's this?
I'm like, everybody's like, oh, I thought she was with you. No.
Mike's offering her smokies and
You're with the group.
Somebody would have been getting something a little special out of that deal, I think. Because
Colababa, how's it going, brother? Nice thing about living in the north, very something to do with being lockported. Lockported is that is the term, bro, man. That's gone worldwide, that term there for sure. Definitely if you live up north, but it happens up there too. Shit, I was fishing up. Where were we in Cranberry? And just ran sometimes
it happens everywhere.
Just a spot, right?
If they think it's a spot, they think it's like Lake Winnipeg, where it's the structure, but not like it's all spread out. It's a one big ass basin. Sometimes if you're fishing a certain reef, look at the map.
Yeah.
Why are they right beside us? I look there. Well, that's the only reef on this section of the lakes. They're going to sort of get close to you or whatever. I don't know.
I think my worst ones are usually on open water. They're not
on ice.
Not on the ice.
With the boats battling and stuff like that.
Val has stopped me from jumping in another boat a couple times already. So,
hey, if they're that close, you go for it, buddy.
Oh, I had a guy literally drive into me
times in Hecla.
Oh yeah,
Hecla gets tight too.
Yeah, but Hecla's tight. Like you could probably walk halfway across the lake without touching water.
Oh man, funny shit.
Just joining us,
man. Big shout out to our Season 8 Hardwater sponsors. It's the Castanet Podcast. We've got Lee Nolden, the godfather of Lake Winnipeg, joining us. He gave us some insight on the 2027 live bait ban, all his tips, when to pull out the gun, everything, bro. Kinds of stuff here. We're going to get the Beast of the Week. We're going to go now to Dave Simpson just to show us some highlights of the game. Are the Jets winning, bro?
No.
Are the Jets winning?
It's 0-0 right now.
Why didn't you show us the game footage? You're showing us intermission.
Well, it's intermission. We just got to intermission, so we're just out here right now, just show you guys around. It's a beautiful arena. I couldn't get a signal inside for whatever reason. It was in my spam. I had to go find the link.
I wanted to see some pirated footage of the game. To come back when there's footage, bro. Get the hell out of Dave Simpson. 0-0 at the Delta Center. Dave Simpson, CDP Nation.
0-0, he said.
I wanted to see highlights of the game, bro. Look at I get through this inside.
He's still talking. He thinks he's still
I bet you they blocked it off inside there.
Look at it. That's awesome, though. CDB Nation, wherever you're watching from, we got people watching on vacation. This stuff is all archived. Like we said, you could be in Salt Lake City at the Jet game. He'll give us the report later, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Dave Simpson, all the way from Utah. The Utah Yeti, by the way. The big feet. That's going to be freaking awesome. At least he's not in the pisser. Yeah, he probably
was in there.
If it was
Mike
Brandon
the Pirate.
Elliott,
Cutlass. No one says Cutlass no more, bro. That's from Treasure Island, bro. Cutlass in his teeth. I like that. Sexy pirate. Sexy pirate. Just got down to the Dominican. Derek Boyce. Appreciate you, bro. Watching in 25 degrees. Let's see the footage, bro.
Let's see footage, bro.
That's footage I want to see is the beach.
What on the
that
beach?
Footage, Derek Boyce, before we leave. Oh yeah, we got there's all kinds of things we ain't gonna get to, but next week we are at Lee Nolden. You should join us at Carlos Cucina, not too far from you, bro. Coming up for a super fat boy. We'll be
No,
there
I
next
might
week.
just have to do that.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's do
Nice.
it. We're gonna have a.
I would
Everyone's welcome
enjoy
to
a
join
good
us.
burger.
We'll be there for, I don't know, we'll start being there at 7:00 or whatever. Might fish a little bit if people have time, but we'll head over to Carlos Cucina in Gimli on Monday. Live show from there. We'll have some good topics there. Like I said, when to go micro. Little lures and stuff like that. I've got endless jokes for that kind of stuff. We'll talk about that next
I'm
week.
sure you do.
Go to Blackstrap, Saskatchewan. You can go in the middle of nowhere. An hour later, there'll be 2 shacks by you. And sometimes just people use that as their marker. Like, I mean, obviously, like if I were to go to, I don't know, middle of Ontario somewhere and I go on a lake or in Minnesota, well, there's 3 shacks in that corner. So I guess I'm going to head in that.
That's going to be a good
direction.
spot.
And that's what it is, right? If you have a couple of shacks together, then all of a sudden your group starts to grow all of a sudden.
It's just how it is, bro.
Yeah.
Did you get you can get Big Smoke
City.
Barbecue? Lee, you got the new stock of Big Smoke Barbecue, bro?
Barbecue came in. Yep, that came in.
Nice. February 2nd, Eskimo Ice Fishing Gear Tournament at Warner Road. Stay tuned for that. I'm actually late on getting the report and the top 10 lures used at the last tournament, but we'll get that out there. We'll get over here to Beast of the Week. This is a scary fish, though. If you guys want to take a look at this, this has been making rounds on the local pages. Bruno's page, Friendly Fishing page there. Darren Business has been sharing this everywhere, bro. Would you eat that? Lee Nolden.
No.
He would shoot it for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I mean, we catch enough fish. I don't have to eat that one.
Santos, you eating that thing?
Hell's no, man. It's going back. It's safe. That's a safe fish, man.
You're so full of shit. You'd eat it.
Hell's, I had no way.
I know a Santos that would eat it.
There is a Santos that would, but it ain't gonna be me, bro.
Just some dirt, Caden says. Eric would. I've eaten fish that have sarcoma. Sarcoma is like just at the scales kind of thing.
Yeah, this one's had a rough life, man.
That's extreme, bro. That's extreme. Even for me, brother.
So what happens if you cut that sarcoma off?
It's you won't even notice it underneath. For sure, the sarcoma. I don't know what this stuff. If that's sarcoma too, that's the extra cheek there. That's good in a tournament, though. A weight tournament.
Would you keep that for a tournament?
It's legal.
Oh yeah, I'd keep that for
That's
sure.
legal. That's
for
an extra
right?
half pound.
Yes.
Okay. You could still eat that though, bro. If you
Sushi,
really
bro. Sushi on ice, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about it. This is a cool catch at Lac de Bonne the other day. I just like my buddy Marty, offensive line coach for the Bombers, like, oh, your perch are different up here. He says, man, they're like speckled. I go, no, we've got regular perch like anybody else. And he shows me, oh shit, that is a speckled one, because I guess he had a Wonder Bread Castmaster, so polka dot one had to bite him too. I thought that was cool. Anyone else catch? We used to have the derp of the week. That's a cute fish, though. I'd eat that. It's dead.
You would put it in your aquarium, but you'd eat it.
I'd eat it.
You'd eat it, eh?
Yeah. Anyway, we better get to Beast of the Week here. Lee, you're gonna pick. Hey, who wants the tickets to the Lac de Bonne?
No one wants to fish it.
All right, if anyone, like, put your names down now. I'll put your name in the draw while I go to Beast of the Week, and we got 2 pairs, adult and youth tickets. Those are like, what, $65 each there. So if you want tickets February 22nd, put your name in right now in the comments. We'll do Wheel of Names. All right, Beast of the Week. Some scary music. Nash was saying, stop playing that music, Dad. I think a skinwalker's in the house. He didn't like that. But,
Skinwalker.
Did you say skinwalker, bro?
yeah, he was like, Nash was like, there's a skinwalker in the house, Dad. Stop playing that music. John White's son, first walleye ice fishing. He has come a long way from catching his first fish a few months ago. That's fantastic, bro. Love seeing the Kids Beast of the Week. So Santos, note that. Island Beach Custom Lure sponsors the Kids Beast of the Week prize. December will be announced later or tomorrow, kind of thing. Santos will. So Sean White's son is in the running for that over in Saskatchewan. Appreciate that. Nice work on that catch there. Caden Q, another young guy, 13.25. That's a good one. That's a good on a rattle bait.
Element rattle.
Look at that fish wasn't getting away, bro. He got hooked all over the place to that fish.
And I think he even put that on the bump board too to show the picture.
Brutally molested. That's a little graphic. I don't know about the brutally molested.
Really molest.
You're running out of adjectives there, bro. Brutally molested. Holy.
Jesus.
Oh, anyway. Okay. Add me in for the draw. I'm gonna have to do that.
You got a whole bunch, yeah.
Piotrowski. This is Piotrowski's, bro. 14 inches. He had a bigger one than Caden's. So Andrew just wanted to show his. That was.
I don't know. I was looking at this one here.
Is it 14?
Deduct a little bit because it doesn't look like it's up against that board.
Ooh, you got a bump it.
The judge is spoken.
Bro. Deduct, but it got the 14. It's a big bassy perch.
Yeah.
Anyway, look at Geno's multi-time. I think he's won the most Beast of the Weeks ever in the history of the show. Lee finally ran out of Wi-Fi there. He'll be back.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he's freaking. This thing's been lagging.
Yeah.
But Geno's is on vacation in the Philippines. Me and Nash go in there and Divine in a month or so. So look at these cool trigger fish there in tilapia. That's can't wait. Show us your fish on vacation.
Fish,
Derek Boyce, you're out there. Show us your fish out there. Wherever you're gone, wherever you guys. Leon's going to Ireland. Leon's gonna drop a line somewhere in the leprechaun land there.
He's gonna catch something.
Gotta Lee Moore. Big old pike. I would imagine this is from Pelican Lake on his home lake there. Nice catch there, Lee. Fantastic pike, man. I like it.
Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff there. What else we got? What else we got here? Staska, no ladles this week. Only greenbacks. Nice work, brother.
An actual fish for Staska.
Yeah,
nice.
Good job there, Staska. Good. I like it, man. I love seeing the bunk beds on I got to get a sleeper house too, man. That's freaking would be so comfy to just sleep in there and you have a line in the water. And then that rattle reel is just going. Oh,
You've never done the overnight? No.
I've done it. I'd like to buy my own though. Would be nice. Shit.
We never see you again, bro.
That'd be it, brother. The Lawns, 15-inch slab, true slabs.
Nice.
15-inch. What's a true slab for you guys? 13, they get really slabby. 13 inches is a slabby.
Yeah, usually 14. So
14, 15, right?
Those are big.
14.
Big old.
14 are big.
Nice work, Joshua. Both these guys, multiple time winners of Beast of the Week. And they might win again today. You never know. We'll see. Mike.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Toot Kaluk, tooting his own horn here on Big Windy. Had a killer week, catching all kinds of fish, and not just him. That he shared a bunch of pictures. So nice work there, Mike. These are awesome pictures from Lake Winnipeg. Well done, hammered them. And Colton Single, after missing multiple 35-inch walleye early, he was at the Icebreaker. He's one of our pros on the series there. He had to remember how to catch him. He went back up north and caught this 25-inch rainbow. Couldn't resist the atomic teaser. He watched it zoom in and slam it like a missile. Nice work, Colton Single. Those are your Beast of the Week contenders. Who is the winner, bros?
I guess Lee's not coming back.
He totally got cut off, man.
He got frozen for a second, and that was it, man. Good thing we had him for all that other stuff. But
yeah.
Add me in for the draw. Overnights in that shack are almost too comfortable getting now. Don't want to go run and gun. It's true, though. Sometimes if you're in those things, man, like
you just want to stay in them, man.
Once you set up shop, man, that's it, man. Like shit.
It's a nice way to spend the weekend, though, right?
It is, yeah.
If you have sleds and stuff, you can do some running and gunning during the daytime and just chill out at night. Okay, let's do this Beast of the Week.
You guys pick the Beast of the Week, but I'm typing right now, so you guys.
I'm gonna go to the greenbacks.
You're picking the greenbacks.
Quentin is first name in there. After you skin it, there isn't much that gets through into the meat. Maybe some. Oh yeah, we're still talking about that. Okay, Quentin. Anyway, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Keep talking about something.
Scroll back for a second.
Oh, I can't. I'm typing, bro.
You're typing.
We're looking at the Beast of the Week.
Bruce Lizak.
Jesus. Yeah. Boy, like what happened to Lee? Just disappeared, eh?
Gone.
Yeah. So when you were going for crappies, Eric.
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys do? A lot of moving or just stay in one spot?
We were in the same area. There's a lot of moving. It's a lot of chasing for sure. And we didn't have the forward facing. I need to buy a pole for my active target because I wanted to go chase them, but we didn't have it. So we were chasing with sonar, traditional way.
You could have just came and borrowed mine for crying out loud.
Yeah, but I have a unit. Why wouldn't I just use my own? So then I got to go buy a pole. But if you could chase them, you get them, and like they're finicky. When they're finicky, man, I want to get the idea of going micro. You're already micro with tungsten, and you can still keep going downsizing where they're just inhaling it. We've talked about this before, but we'll go into further depth. Jay-Z Zelensky. We're doing a draw sponsored by Lorance for tickets. Conrad. I'm just typing these in here. Conrad Benoit. Wasn't that a wrestler, bro? Like that was a.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with Colton Singles fish.
Are you? I was gonna pick this one.
Clemens is in.
Which
See
one?
it? Mike Tukuluk's greenback.
Okay, well, no.
Just for the collection of work.
No,
Or
that's
one specific
nice.
photo.
I just like this fish.
There's one
Color of it.
photo that Eric likes. It's the double hander. The double.
Oh, the double fist, whatever.
Ah, you know me and the double fisting, bro.
Yeah, Eric, you have to break the tiebreaker. You're the tiebreaker.
I don't know. Like last name. I'm closing it. Dario win for the Lee pick. I know Lee's gone. Like Lee quit on us. He's like, oh, I'm out of here.
Lee disappeared. Yeah.
Brutal molester perch. Caden's voting for himself, of course. There. I gotta put that name in draw. I just like last name is Dario. That's what I'm gonna put in there. So that draw is closed. We'll put that in over there. Who's Eric voting for? Oh, that's the draw right there. I can go. Just let me.
Who you picking, bro? Are you gonna pick one?
I was going for the crappie, to be honest with you. I was going for the
Yeah,
crappie. I don't know about the brutally molested fish there, but now we're gonna go three-way. Colton Single, Mike Tootkalooks. I gotta go Colton Single. I gotta go.
There you go. We got a winner.
25-inch
We got a
rainbow,
winner.
bro. I gotta go with that. Okay, Colton Single, 3-time winner now of Beast of the Week,
Nice.
actually. So good for him, bro. That's nice work there, but a nice work. Let me do that. I spent 7 hours on. That is the draw here, and we'll do that for the tickets here. There's going to be 2 sets of tickets given away, and go. It's going to
So
be
whoever gets picked, or
Is it elimination down to the last
elimination,
two
or what?
No, it's the winner. Like whoever get 2 times.
Okay,
Chase,
so
really?
Chase.
Boom! I've been running into Chase all over the place, actually, all over the city here. So Chase, you win an adult and a youth ticket. We'll remove you, and then one more winner here. My money's on Kevin Lowen because it's always.
It's always it'll be Zelinsky today.
Big shout out to Lawrence, Bill at Lawrence. Appreciate you, bro. I'll get your tickets, but it's
Who's
not
gonna
Lowen.
be?
It's Troy Kubi.
Troy.
Nate, Troy and Chase. You win tickets to the Lac de Bonnie Ice Fishing Derby. We're gonna try and get some tickets to Kidfish next week, and we'll get those out too, and maybe even the Carbon one too. Carmen's always asking for stuff. How about they give some stuff away too in exchange for the stuff? We'll do that there, bro. Buy that sleeper, Eric, then you're set for the tournaments. Yeah. Or we can go to people we know who have shacks out there. Hey, Wilma, we're going to go to people that we know that have shacks.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike Harris, right on. Thanks, fellas. The Rainbow. Mike at Element Custom agrees too. So close, JP. So close, brother.
Right there, right?
That's another episode. We appreciate you in overtime a little bit there, but we love the conversation and stuff. We lost Lee. Completely
thanks
quit on
to
us.
Lee
here.
for joining us.
Yeah. Stayed on for as long as you could, man.
Yeah.
Next week at Carlos Cucina, join us if you're able to. Monday evening, we'll be there for supper. We have in-person prizes, of course, at every live show. And you'll probably get on the show. Everyone who's there is going to get on and get their voice heard on the Castanet podcast. See you guys next week. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe.
Be safe, everyone.
Off late. Like people were asking at like sunset.
Last minute,
Help.
last second, yeah.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, people get off there. We appreciate everybody helping people out. Anyway, next week.